It is the 11th of the 4th, 2025, FP1, round 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix, and I'm here for it, just getting a cheeky look at the young drivers who will be partaking in FP1, Drugovic, Iwasa, Beganovic, Browning, Hirakawa, and of course Frederick Vesti for Aston Martin, Red Bull, Ferrari, Williams, Haas, and Mercedes respectively. I'm here for it, chat. It's a big day in F1 this. You've heard about the bloody V10 conversation. That's going to get rejected out of hand, potentially with a view to negotiate more on it going forward. But in the first instance, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, no dice, sir. Gonzo, finished. Behave yourself with your faux goodwill. Stop pretending like you care all of a sudden, chap. It's not good enough, mate. It's not good enough. And I've had enough, as have many F1 fans and members of the F1 communities. We see a cheeky shot of Beganovic. Don't hate that. Good to see young, hungry lions coming into F1 as per usual. I mean, it's that time, isn't it? It's the era of the rookie driver. Of course it is. So what's YouTube doing here? I mean, technical difficulties, Eddie. Do you know what I mean? Every single bloody time. 82, if you're watching Kokoli, do me a favour and smash the like. If there is a car out on track, we will be talking about it, streaming to it. What's going on, Outlaw? You're a legend. Can we talk about, I want to talk, a couple of things I want to touch on. Luke Browning. Isn't he, I feel like Luke Browning was Autosport Young Driver of the Year or something. Let's go. I know, Joe. Listen, all of a sudden, I feel like I'm in a much better place. Ready for the race weekend, buoyed almost by F1 and a free practice session. Let me sort out there. Come on, let's see over here. I've got something here to broadly enhance oh, here we go. Let's go. What are you doing here? And let's get one of these on the go. Bosh. Simon Lazenby and Martin Brundle, and of course Naomi Shikonda. I don't not a big Naomi Schiff fan, I'm not gonna lie. Modern day John, let's go. We are live indeed, Dr. Chad. We're going, time to ride. You know, if I can do one of these, let me try and do this. This is gonna end. It's could. Oh yes. Oh yes. We oh yes, with Nick Marker, you're a legend. I mean, there's got to be some passion in F1 sometimes, surely, just a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Umbrelling Cam's mouth. I know, genius. Sometimes it has that. Like this is the warm up phase. Go on then. A couple of things I want to talk about. Firstly, I felt like I did Lando Norris a disservice. People keep hating on me for hating on Lando Norris. I say all this out of love. I might not necessarily like the dude, but he's a brilliant driver, do you know what I mean? And I owe him that. Exhibit A, Singapore. Exhibit B, Zandvoort last year. Exhibit C, Singapore again the year before. Like, he's bloody good when he's had his Weetabix. However, there's something to be said for him not optimising for his not insubstantial potential. What does that look like? Well, I'd argue on a couple different fronts. On the track, he's got to get that defensive posture right. He's got to understand, and more broadly, he's got to understand his circumstance and the priorities as they dictate to him. What am I talking about by that? Turn one, off the starting line, your priority, Lando, is always to get into turn one first, though. So therefore, defensive posture settings. This is not qualifying. Don't want to see this dude shaping up on the racing line. Even last race, why is this dude pointing at Oscar Piastri? Surely that's the time. If you're going to do a racing line off the start, that's the time to do it now. What's going on here? Oh, you guys can see that. Look at this. What's going on here, chat? That's how they're getting into the full swing of things. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. There's a rat one. Oh no, don't do that. Oh no! Need set up chat where with me. Alright, let's go. Right. as I was saying before, so rudely interrupted by this new setup. Right. As far as Lando's concerned, here's what we need to know. He needs to fix for a couple of the things. He needs to understand the first order priority as that evolves over the course of a race weekend. If you're off the start and you've got a fire-breathing Max Verstappen behind you, then manage for that, get into turn one and consolidate for your P1 by the end of lap one. This isn't advanced stuff, right? This is just basics, counting, not calculus. So too, there's something about Lando's personality that I didn't realise irks so many of the F1 community. But who cares, right? At the altar of winning championships of the drivers and constructors, who gives a fudge? Michael Schumacher went all his career roundly being booed. So too Seb. I hated Sebastian Vettel when he was winning his 4 championships back to back to back to back. Why should Lando Norris therefore be invested in what people care? Cool. The F1 Redditors don't like him. Too much talk, not enough action. Writing checks always with his mouth that his ass cannot cash. That's one thing, right? But I would argue if Lando doubled down on that, sacked off the babyface masquerade, facade even, and just turned full heel, because remember, Sonny Shook ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, scared to death, scared to look, is shook. Just double down on it, Lando. Who cares what people think about you, chap? Yeah, it's nice to be liked, but surely that's a nice to have, is it not? Again, if front and centre, the central tenet, the reason why you're raison d'etre as far as being an F1 driver is all about getting the dub. Nothing more or less simple or complicated than that. Naomi, oof, says Chad. Eamont says, Genius, he said confident things this weekend fact. We're talking about, go on, let me talk about, the reason why I say all this about Lando is because of the following. They've been going back and forth a little bit of Max and Lando, and I don't think Lando's got in his toolbox. Max said last race that if you'd have put me in that McLaren, I would have been gone down the road. You lot would have seen which way I went. Ergo, I'm a better driver than them other buds, them other 19, in particular Oscar and Lando. I do not hate that from Maximilian Verstappen. I think he's barking up the correct truth. Chino, 180 if you're watching Kokoli, do me a favour. We're T-minus 6 minutes away from a cheeky FP1 at round 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here's what else. Lando Norris tried to clap back. In fact, they asked Max Verstappen first. They were like, hang on, what's going on here, chap? Do you mean that? Do you really think that if you were in that McLaren, you'd be down the road gapping Oscar J and one Lando Norris 1.0? And to that, Max Verstappen said, yeah, of course, mate, what are you talking about? I said what I said because I said it. I wasn't joking. Max Verstappen said verbatim. To which Lando Norris tried to clap back and said, listen, Max is feel free. Max can come over and drive this car anytime he wants. It's not as easy as it looks. It is rear instability. It is, as far as the ground effect set spec of cars, it is a bit twitchy on turn in, understeery at the apex and snap oversteer on the combined exit. It's Lando Norris's words, not mine, chat. Do you know what I mean? Love the hip hop analogies. D&G, we've got to do it sometimes. Do you know what I mean? F1 can be a bit too, a bit boring sometimes. T-minus 4 minutes away from a cheeky FP1 session for which I'm here. If rookies can drive VT1, why can't they switch drivers for fun like Morris in RB and Verstappen in McLaren? I think you don't want to put... See, this is Lando. If Lando were God tier on the mic, if he had the kayfabe skills of, I don't know, a John Cena or a CM Punk, then have at it, Lando. But don't play these games with Max Verstappen. He truly does not care. It's different. Like, you can't fight fights that you're not going to win. Do you know what I mean? Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, cha. It's different. Don't do it. Matt's playing heel. I know Max is a heel. He can't help himself. He leans into it each and every single time. Always has done. Always will do. Go on then. Cheeky look at the Sakhir International Circuit, Bahrain. 2 DRS zones. Oh no, 3 DRS zones. 57 laps, 5.4 kilometers. Lap record 131.447. Pedro de la Rosa in 2005. Elevation is 6.9 meters. 333 top speed. It's going to be an interesting track, this, and very different from the automotive pugilistic Rubik's Cube that they had to solve for last weekend. No, C3, C2, C1, harder settings again, but it will be, again, the battleground upon which the victory for at Bahrain will be fought will, of course, be graining. Different circumstance to what we saw at the Japanese. Did I stutter, Hans? Honestly, OJ didn't get a chance. They true, Joe. That's true. What Matt said is objective truth. No one can deny that fact. He could do another 19 laps in that MC. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. He could have... I mean, if you put it on pole in that car, then Matt's playing heel. I love it, says Luke. Oh, it's very techie, this. I'm telling you. It's very, very techie. Right, let's go. Let's get ourselves some metrics out. T-minus 2 minutes away from FP1. Thank you each and every single time for all of you buying the merch. Do you know what I mean? You guys are absolute legends of a different purple sectors each and every single time. Sir Maximilian. That's got a ring to it. I meant to say Sir Lewis. Sir Maximilian Verstappen merch coming out soon as well. 178 of you watching consistently, concurrently. Do me a favour and smash a like. Nicholas, you're an absolute legend. Ferrari should be strong. Good traction from slow corner exits. Good shout, Luke. Although they always say that, and I was having a look around the track. Will there be rain? I doubt it very much, Joe. I doubt it. I'm guessing that you're saying that tongue in cheek. WWE, says Sneaky Boy. Of course. Got to leverage a little bit of that from time to time. What's all this on my face? Come on, Cameron. Sort out your life, Joe. $222 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash a like. No room at the inn for Drugger. It's such a shame, Nick. Such a shame. Not a bad peddler. I was reading an article about Drugger though. I think in 2025, to guarantee yourself a chance, T-minus 1 minute away from FP1 start, to get yourself a proper chance, to guarantee yourself a chance, you almost need to win F2 and F3 in your first year. Do you know what I mean? If you take a couple of years, as Felipe did, techie, you're leaving it in the hands of the F1 gods. Who's my favourite? I mean, it's hard for me to choose between the one that they call Sir Lewis, Cole, Davidson, Hamilton and Maximilian Verstappen. I dine at the restaurant that is Sporting Excellence, and those guys most recently have been the most frequent offenders. Iwasa, do not cry. Can you imagine, Max? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? He won't crash it. Ayumi Iwasa. Iwasa-san. Tsunoda-san. Shiningami deka. Only officer yet, Yoko. Oh yeah, what's going on with that? Safak, I need to sort that out, don't I? Hang on. And Safak, you're a legend. Thank you for getting back to me. Let me just, I mean, it's only fair, Safak. Do you know what I mean? Cheeky blue spanner. Give that woman a blue spanner. What do we do? Let's go, Jomo. Link to the merch store in the chat. And again, let me say, as we're about to embark on an FP1 round 3 Bahrain Grand Prix at the Sakir International Circuit. Grateful to each and every single one of you that rock up to these lives. Support the channel by the microphone is skipping. Say it's not so, Rayful. No, Rayful. I updated something and then let me know that you guys let me know if can you hear the mic skipping? That will cheese me right off. If the mic's skipping, drop a 1. If the sound's fine, drop a 2 in the chat so I can try and amend something. Rayful, you've got me very worried there and I don't like that. Do I not like that? Uasa poll confirmed. Let me know, chat. Mike is fine. Thanks, League. Oh, Rayful, hit the reset, chap. Right, let's get some metrics out. 2. Okay, 2. You guys, oh, thank you. Rayful, it sounds like it's just you, chap. Everybody else saying 2. The mic's fine. Rayful, come out and log back in. In Australia, it's back to... I know, Caroline, I feel bad for you, you know. I was dying to get European time. Do a mic check for levels. Okay. You guys are legends. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Rayful, false alarm, sir. Stop scaring me like that. Like, what are we doing here? I just updated all my software. Why do we get so much software updates all the bloody time? So annoying. So annoying. Excuse me. Right, let's get out some cheeky metrics courtesy of Multiviewer. Go louder. Go on, and I'm going louder, Max. In fact, no, I won't go louder. We'll be alright. Man, look after yourself. You have a bad cold. I know, Rebecca. Rebecca, if you'd heard me, it's been chaos. It's been worse. I know, Max. We're getting there, though, Max. I feel a lot better. I want to take the time to apologise to absolutely no one. Poor Aaron on deck. Right, let's get some Multiviewer on the go. JP Miller, you're a legend. Drop me a line, sir. I want to improve it, though. Do you know what I mean? You've got to continuously improve. JP Miller, you're a legend. Thank you so much. But maybe drop me a line, and you can reason about how I can be better on the mic. Let's go, Max. How dare you, Wraithel? False alarm me. Do you know what I mean? Sorry, I promise that's the last cough that you'll hear. I hate it when I hear my favourite podcasters coughing down a mic. It's just unacceptable, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. There is such a thing as a mute button, and it's there to be used. Right, what do we need to do? We need to do one of these, and then we need to do... Okay. Outlaw in the house, legend that is. Matt skips FP1, not a problem because the track is still there. It's a good shout. It's a good shout, Outlaw. Right, come on. Let's get some metrics on the go. On the go. No kidding, Sherlock. Talking about the lap still. Everybody to a man and woman has been saying about that Max Verstappen lap. It was something different. It was just something a little bit different. I was hearing somebody talk about it yesterday. Manish Panda, executive predict. What is going on there, George? I know it's Kimmy, isn't it? What's Kimmy doing? Everybody's going super wide at that turn, and a snap oversteer settings. What's going on there? Don't like that at all. But no, Manish Pandey on the Chris Harris on Cars podcast just said that exactly what we did, right? That the amount of speed that dude took through bloody Degner 1 was just otherworldly. Shouldn't be able to do that. And the late braking, last of the late breakers into the final turn, it was just like the final chicane. It's just like, well, what's the point here? How can you, I don't know, how can you legislate for that? And bloody what's his face? Andreas Stella, McLaren team principal, said the same thing, right? It was just like, it's a shrug your shoulders. What can you do to fix with that? Play from the northern Sydney, mate. Oh gosh, I don't envy you guys now that we're back on European time. I did for the last 3 weekends though, massively. But again, I shouldn't complain because 90% of these. Rab is one of the go-tos do much, and a good guy as well. Why is Matt's giving up a practice session, Dr. Chad? I think they have to. It's compulsory. over the course of the season, you've got to run so many. And Max, again, not bad around Bahrain as a track, Sakir International. Cammy Rising is I'm out and about. Jomo, go on and you're a legend, sir. Let me dial you in. T minus 53 minutes left on the docket. Jomo, you're a legend, by the way. Moderator extraordinaire. Lando Norris currently purple timesheets. Listen, the track will evolve though. I will go through the timing sheets, but bear in mind a couple of narratives over the course of the next 53 minutes. The track will evolve massively. Tyre grain will be an issue around this track, but they don't have a resurfaced track. This track apparently is older. The bitumen or tarmac on it is older than Kimi Antonelli. So it's rougher. The rate at which the tyres will deg and or grain, therefore, will be parabolic. Much more expeditiously as versus the Japanese Grand Prix. Your runners and riders with T minus 52 minutes left on the docket. Lando Norris, Albon, Ocon, Gasly, and then shortly thereafter you have Piastri. You have GP2 engine Lewis Hamilton on medium or hards even. Antonelli got no power, mate. Issues for Kimi. Get back to the pits chap then, surely. Expeditiously, mate. 251 of you watching could go, do me a favour and smash the like. You guys are legends, one and all. Kimi no power limp mode, I know. Isn't it Ridden in the order? Oh, Safak, I've no chance. I cannot. One day, Safak, I'll be able to read that, I promise. Greetings from Alberta. Tony, you're a legend. Greetings from UK London. Since Matt doesn't care, why should we? Matt's is coming in hot. It'll be difficult for Matt's though. I think he's third favourite, a big third favourite this time to win this race. So let's have a look at the odds. Can you imagine this time last race weekend, Max Verstappen was 18 to 1, 5% lightly probability wise to put it on pole. What are we doing here? This makes mugs out of the odds, don't we? We all, not that this is like financial advice, but we all should have been on that chat. Given Max Verstappen's record at Suzuka, rain, I'm telling you, we all should have been on that. But whatever. If I were a betting man. And again, look at this. So this doesn't even make sense again. You know why it doesn't make sense, the odds? As far as, it's not so much Max, it's McLaren. It's just that those bods love to make a cheeky mistake. They were struggling, both were struggling in sector 3, Lando Norris in particular. So it was always, I don't know, it was a problem. Go on then. So Lando Norris qualifies on pole per the odds makers 38% of the time. Oscar Piastri 32% of the time. Max Verstappen 20% of the time. George Russell, your fourth favourite, 6% of the time. Does that sound right, chat? I know nothing, Jon Snow. I know nothing. Right, let's get a cheeky poll up. Well, go away with this Karen Chanduk. What's he talking about? See, this is what gets on my absolute nerves with the Sky International broadcast. Go on then, Wayne. In fact, let's address this, Wayne. Wayne says, start putting Lewis at... Wayne, you're a legend, by the way. I appreciate you each and every single time. Friction makes for good conversation. So too divergence. However, Wayne says... Start putting Sir Lewis on your poll survey, mate. What are we doing here? Prosecution rests no further question, Your Honour. Wayne, top 4, chap. I can only do 4, and I will do the top 4 per the odds makers. So go on, if we expand that out, I can't just, you know what I mean? Objectivity and truth value each and every single time. Lewis is 3. Lewis is the 6th favourite. What are we doing, Wayne? Sixth favourite, and already he's not happy. Caroline, I hear. Cameron, which is better, V Cobb or the Williams? Oof, you die. Oh, it's tough. Fantastic. Can I plead the 5th? it's tough. It's tough on a couple of different fronts. It's hard to know because you had three different tracks, right? Three different circumstances, three different automotive pugilistic Rubik's Cube for which those cards need to solve. I think you'll only get most F1 aficionados say you'll get a proper true reading on who's got the whip hand as far as whose car's quicker. Williams. You'll get a proper reading like Sood. Maybe after race 6 you'll be able to say definitively, more definitively than you can now because it's too small a sample size. Man, you've took me off course. I had a killer point to make, but I can't remember it now. Albon is indeed having a brilliant season, is the truth. Yeah, Wayne Norman Esquire. Wayne, you know me, Wayne. Truth, value, objectivity. We will sacrifice none of those at the altar of partisanship and or cognitive dissonance. Is the point I was going to make, Wayne. You took me way off that. Did you get on it, Woody? I don't know why I didn't get on it. I'm sleeping. Right. Everybody complaining about zero grip. There was something, chat, and I've flipping flopped it. There's a really good point I've forgotten to make. We'll come back to it, I promise. Bear with. You didn't see that, chat. You didn't see that at all. Here's what I wanted to say. Karan Chanduk, right? So you guys are saying that Karan Chanduk, you don't rate him. Karan Chanduk's just lied through his teeth, or maybe he doesn't know. So if we play defence as far as McLaren's case is concerned, a lot of people have criticised them for not being, for lacking singularity of focus, for not prioritising Lando and letting him do the undercut first and then letting him have a go at Maximilian Verstappen. Here's why that theory doesn't stack up. And this is important, like facts, right? You've got to get your facts straight if you want to cover the sport in a way that's true and fair and representative, comprehensive even, especially for the internationally syndicated broadcaster. Karan Chanduk just said he was disappointed in McLaren not having that, not going all in on Lando Norris. But there's a couple of different things, right? Firstly, George Russell goes for the undercut first. George Russell is the fire-breathing dragon at that time behind OJ Piastri. So they've got to pit Oscar. Their hand is forced now, unless they want to sacrifice Oscar and give George Russell the final podium slot. I'm going to make a decision. I understand why, therefore, they pitted Oscar Piastri first. Then Oscar comes out of the pits. And who's he behind? Ollie Behrman. So if you're going to try and pull the undercut, then you need clean air in front of you. If you're Lando and you're going to try and pull the undercut, then you need clean air in front of you. Otherwise, Max is going to steal your lunch. This is basics, though. So their hand, to a certain extent, was forced. The overcut was completely taken off the table. Why? Well, because there would have been no tyre offset towards the end of the Grand Prix because the rate at which the tyres were degging nil. As near as makes no difference. Happy for a dance. I voted for the poll. Oof. I find it tough to respect Karan's view. I don't think he's lying, but he's just 4 seconds. See, Luke, you know what, Luke? A lot of people will say, listen, you've never driven to me, never driven an F1 car, Cameron. What do you know about F1? Well, apart from the fact that I've been watching it all my life and spent all my life reading F1 news. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I know you weren't directing that necessarily, Luke, at me, but I just contend some of the greatest sporting minds, some of the greatest sporting commentators have never played the sport to which they speak, that they cover. I voted there wouldn't be any poll after quali, just 3 second places. Bloody Dora JP. Poll for who, Cameron? If Lance Stroll, oh my gosh, you man, don't be so blasphemous. Huh. Look at that, chat. You hear Ted Kravitz? McLaren are investigating. Ted Kravitz says that there was more investigation going on in that McLaren garage overnight last night. No news definitively. However, Ted Kravitz conjectures that it could be the power unit. I would say, you guys have seen all the stuff, the chaos going on with FlexiWing. No further investigations, no further questions, Your Honour. You know what I mean? A 100% hands. Not a bad peddler, that Lewis. You know what I mean? Respect is something you earn. Me having the ears on Cameron. Go on then. For those of you who are using me as eyes and ears, here's what you need to know. We are T-minus 41 minutes away from the end of FP1. Currently your runners and riders. Lando Norris has the provisional pole, if indeed there is such a thing as that in FP1. On a 135.249. This, though, remember, is FP1. Due diligence settings. Didn't that just go? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, really long. Lewis was good. You're going to get me into trouble. You are going to get me into trouble. Hamilton, that I know, Michael. Not happy at all. The narrative, it's already started, hasn't it, chat? It's already started. The chaos that was always going to kick off. Lewis was good in a good car. Look. Let me say this about Lewis. Lewis weren't a bad peddler. I think he's still not a bad peddler. But some of the things that I've seen, I was having a conversation with Shez offline. I remember James Allen's call in qualifying 2007, Silverstone. It just felt like a force of nature. I'll be honest. Felt like something that it felt and smelt and looked, as far as Lewis Hamilton's coming to being, seeing that dude in his final form. It just, I don't know. It was something a little bit different. Max Verstappen there in situ. I don't know. Not to say that he's still in his prime. I think even the most staunch Sir Lewis Hamilton fan, stan extremist, has to back off from that, particularly as at April 2025. You got to chill out, especially if you're going to believe the evidence that your own eyes and ears are putting forth. You know what I mean? Name a driver who wasn't good in a good car. You really want to go there, Wayne? Bottas? Checo? There's plenty. Gerhardberg, like there's loads. But again, this is a game of relativity. F1 is a zero-sum game, and as far as each team, there can only be one who's good in a mediocre car. So I got into an argument once upon a time with somebody who used to watch the channel. Don't watch it anymore because I don't think they appreciated my unique brand of truth, value, objectivity. And they said to me at the time, oh, well, I want to see Max Verstappen in a car that's not the quickest. Like, mate, you need to get, did you watch 2016? Have you seen Brazil? I mean, just an example. If you're talking Senna, I want to say Senna in 1992, for large portions of, didn't have the quickest car, but he was breathing down Mansell's neck for sure. So I don't know. You'll see. And I mean, as a recency bias, right? Last Grand Prix was a brilliant example. Max did not have the quickest car. Was the car quick? Of course it was. It was quick enough for him to drop it on pole, but quicker than Lando and OJ. No chance. Absolutely not. Flotsam and Jetsam Perez. I wonder where you get that from. Flotsam and Jetsam Perez. I love it. This is the reason for Lewis and Ferrari fusion. Media sensation and branding sponsorship money talks. I don't hate it, Daniel. I don't hate it at all. Throttle issue. We're on a break here. I'm watching F1 TV and Jolyon Palmer and Alex J. They need to pair, for me, if they pair Alex Jakes with Martin Brundle, like, honestly, that would break the space-time continuum for me, if I'm honest. 2007 to 2012 was pure hunger from Sir Lewis. 2014 to 16 was his primest of prime. 17 to 20, he lacked a proper opponent. 21, there were 2 champions that year. Very well said, Jade. I don't disagree with it. As much as I love to play a cheeky devil's advocate, I don't disagree with anything that you said there. I think you summarised the evolution of Sir Lewis very, in a way that's very apropos. Set fair. Lewis sprint race victory don't count. He's still Alonso's settings. No, you got to count it, Joe, mate. 100%. I just think, I'm just being I'm pouring water on the Mama Cameron Lewis fire. So Mama Cameron would be like, well, he run a sprint race, of course he's going to win an unprecedented 8th. I'm like, well, just slow your roll, Mama Cameron. Do you know what I mean? No, not F1 TV yet, Remco. I'm still on the bargain basement Sky F1. So bad. I disagree, Cameron. It wasn't that the car was quick enough to be on pole. Instead, Max was quick enough. It's a good shout, much. I stand corrected, sir. But I mean, how are those two things? I mean, one extends from the other, no, too much. Max was quick enough to put the car on pole, and therefore, I think your first, Umach, proves your second. The throttle's not reacting, says Yuki Tsunoda Tsunoda-san. Again, if you like yourself some cheeky Tsunoda-san merch, go and get over to the Cameron F1 merch. I need to change the name, it's not good enough. Pouring water on the fire, must be water. Both Hamilton and Alonso are older. Facts are facts. They simply need more time or more from the car these days because they no longer want to wring the neck of it. It's not wise. And Jaytal, I think you've nailed it there. This is what Mr. Windsor said, isn't it? Happy birthday, Mr. Windsor, by the way, if you're watching. Wherever you are in the world, do you know what I mean? I'm watching FP1 in the US right now. Let's go, CJ. I know, Javier, I agree. I've got to transition across. It's not good enough. I need to get onto F1 TV to get some proper coverage rather than this. Only when Brundle's there, and Brundle's not even there half the time. Do you know what I mean? Originally, that was my justification for sticking with Sky F1, but I cannot any longer because Martin Brundle is hardly ever. I don't disagree with you, Max. I don't think FP1 is necessarily representative of Q1 or the paid session. That's the race. Holcon Hard's quicker than Lawson. Yeah, you can't compare and contrast. Go on then, Joe, mate. Who is your runners and riders? Currently, AA, the one they call Alex Albon, top of your timing sheet in FP1 with T minus 33 minutes and 6 seconds left on the docket. A 135.1 is your purple lap time. Lando Norris on mediums, there's a 135.2, 1/10 for drift of the top lap time for the session. That shortly thereafter, you've got Pierre Gasly, Piastri, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Lawson, Tsunoda, Hamilton, and doing completes your top 10. Most daylight for. I don't hate it, Max. I'm grateful. I mean, we have European privilege over here, right? But it feels 1 in 4. Tsunoda goes purple, set to 1. Go on, Yuki. All over to you, chap. Can't have inconsistency again this race. I despise Sky with a passion draining my hands. I concur. I absolutely concur. What's this in my... Have you had the issue as far as F1 TV in the UK is that Sky have the official rights. So I've got a VPN ready to go, but I'd have to... I don't know. Sorry, Cameron, but it doesn't work like that. A car itself doesn't manage the tyres. It doesn't outbrake. Terms of art, Umanch, I think we're Grice's rate. I think broadly we're singing from the same hymn sheet. Was it a god tier lap from Max Verstappen? 100,000 gazillion %. If the car wasn't capable of being put on pole, then Max wouldn't have put it on pole, right? I think the way to characterise it is as follows: set fair. Had Oscar put in a half decent, it's the theoretical lap times, right? If everybody had nailed and executed for their lap, Max wouldn't have been on pole. That's the truth. If Oscar Piastri had done a half decent sector 1, Oscar would have been on pole. So I think the gift, it was in Max Verstappen's gift that he executed it in a time when he needed. That's the beauty of that lap, that it was so god tier in the biggest moment of that race weekend. Let's go, Joanna. You're a legend, a proper legend. Oh, Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, I've lived in Oman and it's now hot, like testing sub 20 degrees. So, oof. Let's go, Albon. Bortoletto flying also. It's a good shout. Should we be Googling that? Wait until you see him via playing less legal. Should we be? I cannot speak to that. Do you know what I mean? It's far too techie. Bortoletto, top of your timing sheets on a 134.6. Goes nearly 6/10 quicker than, but he's on soft compound tyres, remember. 6/10 quicker than Alex Albon, who set his time a 135.1, second on your timing sheets on medium yellow labelled compound. Behave yourself, operator. Jonathan Wheatley now a Sauber. I know. Somebody was the mechanic was talking about Wheatley and how competitive he is. He's never met a more competitive person than Wheatley. Still got enemies up and down the grid from 200,000 years ago. Twan, you're cracking me up. And listen, for those of you who are members, aka Elated Peddlers, thank you in the first instance. Secondly, get yourself onto the community tab. Decent newsletter out this week. Yesterday, I want to say, talking about all things F1 in there. So too, you will see yourself a link to the Discord, using which you'll be able to continue having these conversations. All important, that. It's the point of the channel. 281 of you watching Kokoni, do me a favour and smash a like. Bro, who is bro? An Uber driver. Mate, I'd love to be an Uber driver. At some point. Oh wow. What's it? Let's go. It's got an amazing message that I will share. Could we do Tuesday? Let's go. What an absolute legend. James Allen, chat, coming to the chat. By the way, look, there is I need for you guys to fill out a cheeky survey. I'm in touch with the legend that is James Allen. Monday. Oh my gosh, that's chaos, chat. James Allen, the legend that is potentially interviewing on the channel at some point in the next couple of weeks. Let's go. Let's go. Right. So James Allen has asked me to ask you guys to fill out a cheeky survey. I'm going to put this survey. So a survey that you guys need to fill out, right, is all about what's going on in F1. You guys will need to say what you like, what you dislike, and it needs completing quite soon, chat. I'm going to put a link. This is important now. What an absolute legend. Right. I'm going to keep putting this. Sorry, chat. I'm very distracted at the moment. That's humongous news for the channel. Right. Do me a favour. When you get a chance, I've just linked a survey. And again, the survey is all about what you like currently in F1, what you dislike, what you change, etc., etc. Just a feedback survey, motorsport.com. Again, by dint of the legend that is James Allen. Do me a favour at some point. Yeah, full send on that one, Max. Post the link. Let me, can you see it? You guys can see it now. So apologies. I'm trying desperately to save you guys from the incessant coughing. News GG. Go on then. Joe, mate, apologies, mate. I'm talking about... I hope you've heard some of that. James Allen to the channel soon. Hopefully. The legend that is James Allen. I mean, one of the goatiest. James Allen's commentary punctuated my coming to being in F1. 2007, are you joking me? Silver flipping Nora. Honestly. T-minus 23 minutes, 54 seconds left on the docket. Hulkenberg leads Piastri. Hulkenberg, look at those. Stake F1 quick, eh? Although soft compound tyres, the lot of them. Hulkenberg leads Oscar Piastri. Bortoletto, Isaac Hadjar in fourth. Albon in fifth on a 151.2 as near as makes their difference. Norris, Frederick Vesti deputising in that Mercedes. And then Ocon goes top on a 134.184. I think we're in hot lap territory now, chat. 23 minutes left on the docket and everybody's trying to get in some due diligence as far as the red labelled soft compound tyres. Keith, it's chaos. Honestly, we need to all stay healthy, chat. Stay healthy Luke, 100%. Honestly, I've got all the questions ready to go. It will be mad. Chat. I'll struggle there. This is like talking to Mr. Windsor for the first time, or like it's like what? No, talking to James Allen will be absolute like a proper chaos show. He wasn't bad, Joe. I think the game. I won't say this to him necessarily, but I think the game needs him again. I heard that he's taken the opportunity to do different things now. But I mean, the game would be better, I'd argue, for having a god tier play-by-play colour commentator like James. That we can't be doing any of them stutterings when I'm talking to James. Like a full night's 12 hours sleep the night before that. It's gonna get chaotic, chat. Bloody Nora. But again, need to bring the god tier, the goatiest ones to you. Do you know what I mean? Huh. 270 of you in the chat. Do me a favour, smash the like. It matters. It does matter. Gasly still tops your timing sheet on a 133.4. 22 minutes left on the docket. We've only got 88 likes, chat. Oh, the humanity. What are we doing? Do me a favour, chat. Could you take 10 seconds, please? I implore you to go and smash the like. 90 of you have done it already, but it really matters as far as... I mean, if YouTubing is fine margins just like F1, then you know the drill already. Chat. Smash the like. 300 of you watching concurrently. T-minus 21 minutes on the docket. Salvin, you're a legend. Appreciate you. Will you watch WrestleMania at some point? Yes. I dip in and out of wrestling. I'm more. Shall I review it? Maybe we should do a watch along. I don't know. Should we do a watch along to WrestleMania? How many of you would be interested in that? Thank you guys for smashing the like. It matters. Hawk to Jay. We can't use those references on here. Where's Hammy? Hammy. Oh my gosh. Lewis Hamilton down in 14th. Beganovic down in 19th. They've got issues with that car, haven't they? Yeah, they've got issues. Oh my gosh. Super dangerous front Albon. Unsafe release. Alex Albon. Although they don't normally punish these things in free practice, do they? Only the paid sessions. Should a full second slower and a softer than Alpine. Bring on Hadra already. Oh no, operator. Say 8 so. 14th wash jokes. No, not yet. Not yet. Not so definitive. Although we will banter. I know we will banter. Yes, Cameron. What's wrestling anymore? But I'd be in for it. Shall we do? Maybe we stream. Maybe we stream WrestleMania. Maybe I do stream WrestleMania. I don't know. Maybe do I stream WrestleMania? That'd be interesting. Oh my gosh, Vince could never come back, yes. Couldn't. WWE post the early 2000s is meh. Attitude Era. The one that they call Shawn Michaels, Dr. Chad. He wasn't a bad could work a room, could Shawn. Oh my gosh. Stephen, I might go on then. We'll have a think closer to the time. Snooker watch along. Snooker's a bit it's hard to do a snooker watch along though, eh? The survey, I'll link it again, Daniel. If you could complete this survey, it'd be I said that I'd get you guys. I'd put it before you guys at the very least. So this is James Allen, the legend that is. Just trying to see and get a better understanding of what people like and don't like about the sport and how they can improve it going forward. So if you could complete that survey is super long. Oh no, is it long? Just take, I mean, if you don't have the time, then don't let me force you. You're not obliged by any extent. Do you know what I mean? But if you have the time, then Hunter Hurst Helmsley, the one that they call Triple H, Triple C, Triple H, not dissimilar, eh? You have a community camera will consume most things. Dr. Chad, I might try and do. I might. CM Punk's first main event. Oh no, I was never a big I think CM Punk is when I dialed out. I can imagine you sleep in between. Yes, too much. See, CM Punk, I know he's a god tier mic worker. I just, oh wow, that survey's too long. Oh no. I mean, listen, you're under no obligation, but if you could take 10 minutes or 20 minutes, then I'd appreciate it. I started watching CM Punk personality. Code of personality. The Hitman. Oh my gosh, the Montreal Screwjob believed in his BS too much. He was a mark. Wow. Dr. Chad, surely not. That feels like blasphemy. I loved what Bret the Hitman Hart with the pink sunglasses. You're joking. I mean, the humanity, Cena versus Rhodes. I know. Chaos. Proper chaos. See, most of you guys are wrestling people. I didn't realise that we had so much wrestling fans in it. Prefer watching the female wrestling. I don't hate it. Is our mate Rhea? Don't sing, please. I know, Sneaky. I apologise, Sneaky. We're on a break here at the Sky. Oh yeah, Sneaky boy. You do realise also that apparently the usual suspects aren't too keen in North America on the 180 million that F1 TV want. The F1 want for TV rights. Income Netflix seeking to imminently and materially diversify their sports portfolio. Can you imagine Netflix, UFC, F1, NFL from time to time? Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Flipping Nora, chill out. Luke, have a check your mirrors, chap. What's going on? Yeah, if you can have a cheeky go at that CM Punk. Oh my gosh, Uman, she was never very good. Wow, that was close as Drogovic. Come on, Luke, get your do you love snooker as well, operator? So we've got snooker and wrestling fans. Bloody Nora. T-minus 14 minutes left on the docket. 53 questions total. Wulong. UFC I like. Wulong, if can my 8-year-old laughter. My 8-year-old daughter wants you to sing Outcast. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Luke, oh my gosh. Since it's your 8-year-old daughter. I can't remember the lyrics, Luke. I never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize. That's very shaming. I apologize. Like, I mean, it's very apropos, those lyrics. Serving insane, Joe. If you don't have the time, then don't. Do you know what I mean? No obligation, but I've promised the legend that you guys, that I'd ask some of you guys to do. If you can't do, then you can't do, right? But I think here's what I'd say about that survey. I'm going to complete it because I've got a lot to say about F1 and things that I want F1 to change. I don't want to be one of those sideline merchants who always moan about F1, but then when I have the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to change, I leave that opportunity on the shelf. That would be me, your boy Cameron, being a hypocrite. So whilst I've got the opportunity to feed back to the powers that be about things that I like and or dislike, then I'm gonna take the time out to complete the survey. That's all. If you don't want to, sorry, Miss Jackson. And no, I can't show you. T-minus 13 minutes left on the docket. 350 if you're watching concurrently. Top of your timing sheet in FP1 round 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix at the Sakhir International Circuit. 133.204. Lando Norris 2.0 potentially. Gasly follows on a 133.4. Albon, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Doohan, Lawson, Tsunoda-san, Piastri and Bortoletto see out your top 10. Most notably 11 to 20. Lewis Hamilton in 15th again. Probably shouldn't read too much into that, but they do have issues, do they not? They are struggling, chat. They are struggling. Floor settings struggling. Doing 0.9 behind Gasly, not great. I know, but he's got to. I mean, he'll need to show improving qualifying. This might be his final. Brock Lesnar. Oof. I just completed a survey. What did I miss? Safak, you're an absolute legend. Nothing other than me singing. Because Luke's story. I would love to. One day when I get on Twitch or something, maybe I'll play it more regularly, but for now, don't have time. Like all I do, outside of work and family life, all I do is spend my hours consuming news so that I can bring the best bits to you. Do you know what I mean? There's a cheeky James Allen podcast, by the way. James Allen on F1. I will link it. We'll talk about it later. I was streaming practice. I'm going to try you much. I am going to try. But we'll definitely standard paid sessions. Of course, qualifying and of course race. Definitely P3. Brock Lesnar's daughter is also a machine. Is she? One of the best shots. Oh my gosh, I did not know this, Stephen. Doesn't surprise me though. Those Brock Lesnar genes hit a bit different, do they not? Huh. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Oof, don't hate that. I do not hate that. That survey is way too much like a proper 15-minute survey on market research. I love it. I'm going to complete it shortly after this. When were you playing F1? How was you pedaling? I mean, I used to race with my friends around Monza, most frequently Monza and Silverstone. I was all right. I wasn't fantastic. Back in the day, though, Sega Runny. Do you know what I mean? When F195, F197 on the PlayStation, then we can have a chat. Only good as your last free practice session. Very true. I want Cena to win. Oof, I know, it would be nice. But Cena's last race, Cena's last match, right? Colapinto coming to replace Doohan after Bahrain. I think so, Luke. Maybe not necessarily. It depends. Yeah, whenever they want him now, I think they'll give him another couple of races maybe. But I don't know. I think it's a matter of when, not if now. Cameron really need a practice stream. Oh yeah, Max is going to be there. Go on the new match. I'll see that and I'll raise you a P2. FP2. Selvin, you sound like MBS, mate. Don't even do. Wow, Albon, we see you. No, he's going for it. He's going for it. T-minus 8 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. Lando Norris still tops his timing sheet. What did you race in, Cam? What F1 car? Lewis's Mercedes. Just not even that was the only car. If I couldn't get that car, then I wouldn't use it every time. MBS should come to do it. Oh my gosh, yes, it'd be perfect. The booze. Bad heat is what he'd get, I think. 370 in the chat. Can Cody do me a favour and smash the like? It means much. Currently, not many highlights. A cheeky incident. Luke Browning nearly yeeting it into the gearbox of Alex Albon. No, Albon nearly yeeting it into the gearbox of Browning, who wasn't checking his mirrors and decided to get a handful of Apex impromptu. That's not good. We can't do that, Luke. Like, you've got to be a bit better than that. Check your mirrors, sir. You know what I mean? Which car did he use racing? Mercedes, Remco. Oh, Windsor versus MBS. Windsor would win that like 10 times out of 10. Do you know what I mean? Far too cerebrally sharp. You just watched that. No, okay, no, I've got to. We've got to. Mama Cameron needs to relax herself with the Lewis Hamilton is going to win a championship talk. It's not true. Well, it might be true, but it's not as true as she thinks it is. Like, definitively, take that to the bank is what Mama Cameron's saying, and I don't think that's sensible. So I've got to call Mama Cameron on her bull feathers. Beganovic better than Hamilton? No. Where's Max? He's ceded the seat for now. So what's his name? Iwasa. Iwasa's taken Max's seat for FP1. Part of the obligatory rookie sessions. Sometimes when you've got to be the cheekiest, the techiest of the techie, eh? Oh, who's driving his car? Iwasa, football. Sorry, football. You probably typed that before I said it just then. Max is playing sim games. No, he's there. Rocking Monza Mercedes. Sounds like Remco was good. Although we ended up arguing a lot, me and my friends. Some of my best friends in the world, we fell out owing to their lack or sporting etiquette or lack thereof. 342 if you're watching Kokoni, do me a favour, smash the like as we round third base. Team on us 5 minutes remaining on the docket as Sir Lewis Hamilton goes third. 0.59 behind top. Oh, it's painful. So Lewis does a 1 and again, you've got to normalise for different programmes, etc., and different fuel loads. But I just want to see Lewis at the top of the timing sheet. Is that too much to ask? Look at that 0.6 adrift of Lando Norris, for Pete's sake. What's the point? Crying out loud. JP Millie, an absolute legend. DD Survey 20. Oh no, losing half my viewers. Oh JP, I'm sorry, mate. If you when you get a chance, if you could complete that survey, then it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, no, 100%, Luke. It's difficult. It is difficult to be so definitive. No, Fish, I don't like it. I dislike that vehemently. Lewis needs to get... But as I said, they were bringing upgrades, right? They need to be able to run the floor low to the ground, which means that they need that suspension to stiffen up. Tink with the dampers, therefore. Lewis needs a stable rear. Even more stable, apparently, than Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Jordan Lazy. Team on has 4 minutes left on the docket. Flovis. Cheeky blue Flovis. Why don't they put... Oh, they need to be... I was going to ask the stupidest question. Look at me. Cameron says, why don't they use... I can't even say. Cameron was about to say just now, why don't they use Flovis that's the same colour as the car? Because maybe, Cameron, they won't see it. Like, what do you do? What a numpty. Oh, the humanity. Lewis and Shaw going different ways on the car setup. 100% Fish. So that's the conversation that Lewis has been having pre-race, right? Or post-race Japanese Grand Prix. He was like, well... No, sorry, post the Chinese Grand Prix, Lewis said something to this effect that I tried something that Charles found on the car during testing at Bahrain. Didn't work for me, and I won't be doing that again. Umanch, don't judge me, Umanch. It was terrible. Unbelievable. I had to stop those words coming out of my mouth very nearly. Oh. I don't blame him either, to be fair. Yanni. Kayla, don't laugh. It's bad. That's really bad, isn't it? He's got into the habit of driving that Merc and it's showy. Oh. What's up, Cameron and F1 fan? Unfortunately, this is a super unrepresentative session. Poll will be, Neil, you're not too bad with these poll predictions. 128, bloody Nora. Different climate, different temperature, different ambient settings. Track. And there. Norris Gasly front row. Behave yourself, Max. Cam had a blonde moment. You heard me catch myself though, Kayla. I didn't say it didn't come out like I caught it, and then I just, because I'm in an open, self-deprecating mood. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Do you know what I mean? It's Friday, dude. It's Saturday, Sunday. My little man's favourite song, that. I wonder if Lewis is enjoying his time in Italy. I think he'd be enjoying it more if you're winning. That's what he's come there to do, right? He doesn't come there to come second. Why? Who? For what? I feel sorry for him as well. Oolong. I just realised something, chat. Hearing Karan Chandak, me and him listen to the same podcast. He's just listening to the same podcast as me for preparation, I can tell. Saying the same things. Are you concerned that Ferrari's suspension issue is unresolvable? At least in time for a championship challenge, it seems like something so fundamental if they can't lower the car. Am I concerned, Neil? I think I'm concerned about the whole aspect that is the symbiosis of Brand Hamilton and Brand Scuderia Ferrari. I'll be honest with you. I've been concerned. But as a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan, apparently I'm not meant to speak my mind. It's too much truth for the diaspora to tolerate. Do you know what I mean? Please practice too. I'll do my best, D-Match. I'll schedule it. When is the next sprint race? No clue, JJB. Is that white smoke coming out the back of Oscar Piastri's car? Huh. And Ted Kravitz did tell you that they were working on the engine overnight, eh? Breaking curfews. Huh. T-1 second on the docket, and that is your end of your FP1 session. Round 4 of the 2025 Championship, the Bahrain Grand Prix at Sakhir International Circuit. I'm going to run, especially if I'm going to come back for a cheeky FP3. You guys have been legends. Proper Ferrari needs Max. I mean, which team does not need Max in this form? Fire-breathing Dragon settings, having had his Weetabix settings. Chaos. Right, do me a favour, chat. Smash a like if you haven't already. I'm going to post the bloody the survey. If you can carve out 20 minutes of your day. Oh, I haven't even got it in there, have I? Of course. Right. I will post the survey again. If you have a chance and you want to vocalise your concerns and the things that you like about all things in F1, there it is. It's in the chat. Do me a favour. Complete it when you get a chance. You guys have been legends. Back for FP2. Fingers crossed. All things being well. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Between now and next time, remember to look but never stare.